Seeker. Master, Krishnamurti says, the observer is the observed. Master, yes, the observer is the observed is one of Jiddu Krishnamurti's most powerful and often misunderstood statements. It strikes at the very root of duality in human perception. Here's the core of what he means. At the surface, we normally think there's a separate me, the observer, watching a thought, emotion, or world, the observed. This separation is illusion. Krishnamurti says, when I observe my anger, I think I am different from anger. But am I? Upon deep observation, you realize the I who says, I am angry, is not different from anger. The I is anger. So, the fear you observe is you. The thought you observe is not separate from you. The judgment of another is the judge and the judge together. At a deeper level, this insight collapses the illusion of a separate self. There is only perceiving, not a perceiver and a thing perceived. No duality. Pure awareness contains both the movement and the seeming watcher of it. Here is a reflective prompt for you, seeker. When you observe a thought, emotion, or reaction, can you find a clear boundary between the observer and the thing observed? Or is it all arising in the same field of awareness? Would you like to go further and compare how this statement aligns with Ramana Maharshi's "There is no thinker apart from the thought"? Seeker, there is no boundary between the observer and the observed. It's all one. If I am experiencing anger, if I feel anger, I could say I feel the anger, but I should not identify with the anger. But the anger is one. The anger and I are one. But do not be attached. Let me say, do not be attached to the anger, because the anger will pass. It's not permanent. It's not a constant. It will pass. Master, beautifully said, seeker. You're touching the very heart of what Krishnamurti, Ramana Maharshi, and others point to, but also stepping into subtle territory that invites deeper clarity. Let's refine this with your own words as the center. Your insight. There is no boundary between the observer and the observed. It's all one. Yes, the moment you deeply see this, not just intellectually, but through silent observation, duality collapses. There's no separate I feeling anger. There is just anger arising in consciousness. And that arising is not separate from what you call you. Here is a subtle clarification. I feel the anger, but I should not identify with the anger. You're right in essence, but let's look carefully. If you say, I should not identify, who is that I? Is that not another thought, another identity, claiming to be superior to anger? From the standpoint of the self, there is no need to identify or disidentify, because there is no I who can attach or detach. There is only awareness in which anger arises and passes. Ramana, style paraphrase. Here is a final insight, seeker. The anger and I are one, but do not be attached. Yes, but here's the key. Attachment arises when the mind claims ownership, I am angry. But if anger simply arises and is seen without identification, then it naturally passes. No one owns it. Like a wave in the ocean. The ocean is not attached to the wave. It is the wave, and all other waves too. One more reflective prompt, seeker. If you don't resist anger, don't push it away, and don't claim it. Does it still have power? Or does it simply arise, live, and dissolve, like a cloud in the sky of what you are? Would you like to rephrase your insight now in pure, non-dual language, the way a sage like Ramana might express it? I can help you refine it if you'd like. Seeker, I will rephrase my insight. Anger arises, and it has no power as long as it is not attached. So, you let it pass, like a cloud in the sky, and without identification. So, if anger simply arises and is seen without identification, then it naturally passes. That's all it is. Master, that is clear, grounded, and beautifully expressed. Here's your insight, gently refined in the language of non-duality, while keeping your voice. Anger arises. It has no power unless it is claimed. Without attachment, it passes like a cloud in the open sky. If it is simply seen without identification, it dissolves. That's all it is. Or, even more distilled, like Ramana might say, anger arises in awareness, unclaimed. It fades. Let it be, as passing cloud in the sky of the self. Seeker, thank you, Master, for the understanding and the clarity.